Yo, yo, what is up? What is up, everybody? Just want to make sure my mic is working. So if you guys can verify that my mic is working, that would be awesome. Yo, yo, what's up? Um, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I have a external mic that I've been having problems with. So if you guys could just let me know you guys hear me, that would be sick. All right, cool. I appreciate you guys. So I am going live. Jay Biz, what's up? I'm going live right now on a software called StreamYard. So if you're on Facebook, I might not be able to catch your name. It does usually link the name of the individuals who are watching via YouTube. But if you're on StreamYard or if you're on Facebook, I might not be able to catch your name. So if you do me a huge favor, write down your name. Let me know your name so I can give you a what's up, just like I did to my boy Jay Biz up in New York. Give me your name, the market you're in, and the level of experience you have. If you're a real estate investor, are you active? Have you been doing this for years? Are you scaling a business? Are you just getting started? Are you looking to buy and hold? Are you looking to wholesale? Where are you at? So I would really love for those that are jumping on live right now, for you again to give me your name, the market you're in, and how many years you've been doing this level of experience. If you're a newbie, good, shout it out. We've all been new once. If you are a vet like myself, let me know, because this is going to be a different live. This is not going to just be about the tactical, how do you get your first deal? What list do you pull? This is going to be different, man. I want you guys to start really thinking differently if you're out there watching me, because this is the next level of where I want you guys to be. What's up, Chad? I see Tampa, Florida. But again, give me your name. I know you assume I can see it, but for whatever reason, this software does not. So, Paul, what is up? New to wholesaling. Um, Give me your name, city, level of experience. So, with that said, a couple kind of housekeeping things I wanted to just generally go over with you guys about the state of the market, right? I think there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, the interest rates are going up. This is going to get crazy. I think there's going to be, a lot more people selling. It's going to be harder to buy. And, there's some thoughts out there that this is going to heavily affect the market. And I want to be clear on my true opinion on this. In 2022, I think the market appreciates another 10%. It will continue to go up in the year 2022. Now, I'm not just bullish on the real estate market because that's what I do. I'm actually bullish because I take some common sense things that, because I'm in the inner workings of a lot of these things, I take the common sense and some conversations I'm a part of, and I put two and two together. Hear what I mean by that. I believe that hedge funds are going to continue to raise capital. I just did a YouTube video about how Blackstone went out and raised another $600 million worth of investments so they can buy more rental properties. Well, when Blackstone is doing that, coming off a year of 2021, which had the highest appreciation known to man, do you think the real estate market's going to continue to appreciate when the person slash company fund has the most money to buy homes is going to continue to buy at the highest record prices of all time? Do you think we're going to still continue to see more and more appreciation? The answer is going to be yes. Do you think there's still a supply and demand issue? The answer is going to be yes. The builders, the big home builders, are actually building to rent. They're not building to sell, they're building to rent. When you start to think about, these builders are now not thinking about the short term play, they're thinking about the long term hold and the capital that gets done. Now, these builders don't necessarily have to think in terms of being wealthy, but this is the point of this conversation with you guys is I want you guys to start thinking in terms of being wealthy. So I'm going to stick on this highlight of the hedge funds and these builders. Okay. Um, the builders, not all of them, but many of them now are looking to build to keep in a portfolio and rent. They're building to rent, not building to sell. And why is that so important? Why do I bring that up? And why am I going to stick on that one subject? Well, because the point of this conversation is I want you guys to start thinking more about the wealth creation rather than the transactional money creation. Over 14 years in this business, going on my 15th year, I've done nearly 2,000 flips, 2,000 deals, and I'm actively buying rentals in a market that quite literally people think I might be insane because they just don't know the strategy of why I'm doing this, right? They don't really believe that this is a good time to buy because it's at the top of the market. Well, if you just think about the supply and demand of the real estate space right now, there is an incredibly large shortage of supply for all of it, right? For rent and to sell, right? But everyone needs a place to live, right? Everyone needs to live somewhere. And so what happens here, right? Well, the builders start to think, wow, the big play is to gain assets, right? So these builders are starting to realize what the hedge funds have seen years and years and years ago, which is the asset play is the real play. Building wealth and accumulation of uh, wealth accumulation, right, is in an asset sheet is the real play. And so I want you guys to realize that everyone around us, the big boys, right? Whether it's a builder who might have a couple of tens of millions or the hedge funds that have hundreds and hundreds, if not billions of dollars to spend, they're all playing a different game than the small guys like us are playing. They're all playing the wealth accumulation game. So for those that are out there wholesaling, I think you can align yourself with a lot of these players, right? Which will create more income coming into your business. For those that are trying to figure out how to build wealth when you're focusing 100% on creating riches and creating income, well, that's what I want to be able to teach you. You see, I spent better part of a decade focusing only on making money, right? As much money as I possibly can make. I did that, right? And it was great and it still is great. Making money, there's nothing wrong with making money and making a lot of money. But what I'm trying to do is help you guys see around the curve. I'm trying to help you guys see around that corner of what I should have seen roughly a decade ago, right? I should have not just been trying to create as much income as I possibly can, which is important. It allows you to live an incredible life, but simultaneously build wealth over time. Let me give you a great example of my own experience. For 14 years now, I've been flipping and wholesaling homes. In the first 13 years of my business, I didn't buy one rental, not one. Could I have? Yes. Should I have? Hell yes. But if I just chose to buy one rental a year, by year 15, if I would have refied out or bought them with a 15-year loan, by year 15 or technically year 16, one of those homes would have been owned free and clear. The second home would have been very close to free and clear, etc. Do you think I'm able to leverage that amount of equity in my rentals for other utilization of capital? That the answer is yes. You see, this is how the wealthy people think is you need to start buying rentals today. And I know a lot of you guys are wholesaling and maybe you're just trying to break into wholesaling. But the key to this is you don't even need your own money. Not at all. You don't need your own credit. You don't need your own money. You see, flipping and buying rentals isn't any different than wholesaling, right? And what I mean by that is just because you have to go buy the home and remodel the home doesn't mean you need to have cash in your pocket to do so. The first 7 years of my flipping career, I essentially never used our own money, right? Maybe 6 years, right? We always raised money. The same thing with my rental portfolio. I bought over 14 properties last year alone, and I raised capital to do it. I didn't come in with my own cash. That's why I was able to do 14 in 1 year, and I look to do another 20 here in 2022, et cetera, et cetera. Now, most people think because they're uneducated about this, and that's okay. That's the point of this is for me to help educate you guys is most people think you need to have money to flip homes. And even if they have money, they use their own money and then at times get in trouble and lose their own money. But you don't need your own money. The point of scale is to go further faster, right? Now that could be scaling your business and your operation. It could be scaling, your marketing and your deal flow. But one thing is for sure, especially in the real estate space, and I would even make that argument in the business space, is you need to be able to scale the opportunities that you bring into your world. Period. End of story. So I've been talking a lot about how we're really in a marketing and sales business. And that brings along the opportunity to be in the real estate business, fix and flipping, buying and holding, etc. Short-term rentals. Short-term rentals is something I'm very high on for 2022. Um, and if you can maximize each and every opportunity because you know how to position yourself in those opportunities, then you can build wealth. I have the Wealth Accelerator event coming up. If any of my team is here, please throw that in the threads. The Wealth Acceleratorevent.com, wealthacceleratorevent.com. I'm going to have some of the, not just the wealthiest people, but some of the business owners and friends of mine that really have not just focused on that transactional day-to-day income and revenue, but to create and build opportunities that has leveraged themselves into wealth. And one person specifically, his name goes by Taylor, good friend of mine. He basically is a master at being able to have bolt-on businesses into your business. And what do I mean by that for you real estate investors? I mean, if you're doing real estate transactions, does it make sense to potentially be a part owner of a title company? Wouldn't that make sense? It's what I did, right? I have another speaker, Brett. He runs and owns a title company that I was able to invest into, right? And so every single one of my transactions and everyone else's transactions created income for me, right? Well, as I create more of that income, what am I able to do with that income? Well, it allows me to make other investments in other businesses and other opportunities. And with all these investments in these businesses, do you think I accumulated more wealth while at the same time creating opportunity for more income? And the answer is yes. Right. And so actually, these two individuals, Brett and Taylor, will be speaking at my Wealth Accelerator event. Just go to wealthacceleratorevent.com. You'll see the speakers. This is going to be hands down one of the best events for you if you're actually serious about not only making a lot of money, make a lot of money. This isn't, downplaying that, but simultaneously build wealth, right? Because there's other wealth, there's other layers to wealth than just simply real estate. Now, I would also tell you real estate is the number one wealth, strategy out there. So we will heavily be talking about how you can accumulate wealth through this. But, it is really imperative to realize it is a opportunity game. How you can relate that to wealth is, again, I'll leverage Brett in this. Brett now has really focused his business on seller finance notes. See, the more creative you can structure the deal, the more opportunity you're going to have. So I'm bringing in, one of my creative finance ninjas to speak at this event. Okay. She's going to come in and help structure each and any deal that you possibly need. She's the one that handles all my paperwork and really formats the structure on my creative finance deals. Well, Brett himself will buy these deals, create a note as a bank, and then resell that off to a buyer at top dollar. Do you think he's building wealth when you're able to get that creative with each and every opportunity? The answer is going to be yes, right? Again, goes back to this idea. Make sure you're maximizing each and every opportunity. So, you have that scenario that you can absolutely bolt on businesses. You have the scenario of getting creative with each and every opportunity out there. Now, here's another, thought that I think most people here in the real estate space need to understand is, self-directed IRAs or 401ks or retirement plans in general are not just a tool to let your money sit. In fact, it should be actually the opposite, right? You shouldn't be putting money into a 401k or an IRA and just quite literally letting the money sit there. That's foolish, right? So at the Wealth Accelerator event, I'm going to have one of my best friends and owner of a trust company come and speak to you about how you can actually utilize your own and other people's 401k, IRA, and otherwise. You can actually structure it where it can be lent to you. It can actually be used as a loan. It can be used as a buy-in in equity and capital. And it can give you more and more opportunities to flip properties, buy and hold properties, and get into places that maybe you never had. Now, you might have it and you might be the lender. You might want to lend out your 401k or your self-directed IRA. You might want to create a partnership with someone where you're the capital partner and they're the ones buying rentals, and all that rental income is coming back to your IRA, cash, tax free. Right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my buddy Greg, he's going to come in and talk to you guys about how to structure all this. for those that are trying to fix and flip and buy rentals, how do you find people that have money? Well, what's the best place to find that is in a 401k retirement plan, self-directed IRA retirement plan. And those people literally have money that's sitting there doing nothing, right? I'd encourage you to talk to those people simultaneously if you have that. Should you be going out and lending that money so that you can make that back tax free? My answer is going to be absolutely 100%, right? I have, another friend who's going to be coming in who is, very well known in the space. His name is Pace Morby, and he's going to come in and speak at this event. He is going to talk to you guys about how not only is he known as a subject to guy, but he has accumulated a massive, massive rental portfolio because he is a master at maximizing each and every opportunity that comes to him. Jamil Damji is going to be another speaker at my Wealth Accelerator event. Go to that website, Wealth Accelerator event. It is $97 for a ticket, right? You are going to see some of the masters of creating wealth. And these are just a few of the people that I'm bringing in because I want you guys to all realize this one thing. People that are playing at my level, we're all playing at a different level. We all started somewhere. We all started with our first deal, or we all started with, trying to get to 100 deals a year or whatever the benchmark is. But then we start to make a switch and we start to realize it's not just about the income. It's about wealth accumulation. Because once you do that, the big boys pay attention. The banks pay attention. The hedge funds pay attention. All of my rentals, I'm actually buying in a certain way that I would like to be able to liquidate directly to the hedge funds. And then what would I do with that? Well, if it's big enough, I might cash out. If I have 2,000 doors, maybe I call it a day, sure. But really what I'm going to do is I'm going to leverage that 1031 exchange that into more rentals, more wealth, more opportunity, right? Because again, income's only going to take you so far. And guess what the IRS loves to do? They like to tax your income, right? So I have another guy who is going to speak at the Wealth Accelerator event. His name is Chris. He's going to talk to you guys about something I firmly believe in, to the point of I have two life insurance policy. Well, I have three technically, on how I'm able to leverage life insurance policies as a way for me to be my own bank. So instead of buying my $100,000 Range Rover, that I can actually do it myself, and I'm actually the bank, and I'm paying myself the interest, and it's going to be tax free, and it's going to give me an opportunity to leverage and take a loan against that life insurance policy because I'm increasing the money I'm paying into that life insurance policy because I'm becoming my own bank. Now, I don't know if you guys fully followed me there, but ultimately what I'm able to do is create more opportunity to borrow more money because I'm thinking differently than the average player. Okay. A whole life insurance policy allows me to not only have life insurance, which is pretty great with a family, but it allows me to actually make investments into that company, which then in return gives me a loan. And by the way, when I borrow the money, I don't owe interest back. I actually will continue to earn interest on that loan. It's called compounding interest. So the power of compounding interest is something that not enough people actually learn about. And so what I'm going to do at the Wealth Accelerator event is I'm going to bring in my guy, Chris, and he is going to explain to you how I think, how he thinks, how so many other people utilize life insurance as an investment tool, not just the practical life insurance. You see, there's levels to this, right? There's levels to your ability to not just make income, which you need to make, and I'm going to encourage you to continue to make, right? But then you need to always be looking at, where are my wealth accumulators? How am I going to maximize these opportunities so that whether it's a creative finance deal that you're able to hold as a rental like Pace does, or whether it's something like your IRAs or your 401ks, maybe you have one from a past job and you're not lending it out and you're not making more money tax free, by the way. Maybe you don't know how to, raise the money because you have all these people that maybe have these 401ks, but you're like, I want to buy rentals. I don't know where to raise money. Maybe you need to do that. We're going to talk about these structures right here at the Wealth Accelerator event. I have another buddy who's built a $1 billion business, and ironically was so hyped up on his own BS that essentially he gave it all up. And the shortcomings to thinking too short-sighted. I think the first decade of my business, I was too short sighted. I was too concerned about, I need to hit that 7 figure a year mark. That was my only concern essentially. Right. And then once I do that, I realized, okay, money is great and it buys me nice things materialistically, and I'm able to travel anywhere I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. All those are great. But am I really attaining anything? Am I really gaining something for the long haul? And my answer was no. Right. And so while a lot of people think of the year, you need to be thinking for the long play. It doesn't have to be, you know, the long play like when I retire, because I don't know if I'm going to retire. I don't know if anyone in real estate ever retires. I love it too much, right? It's always going to be my big play. But there's a guy right now. Um, I can tell you, is incredible for me because he's been able to set up some of my entity structuring that I don't have to pay nearly as much taxes based around his tax strategy advice and entity setups that I'm utilizing. I'm going to have him be there and speak with you regarding how I've been able to take advantage of, you know, being around really intelligent people who understand what tax code is, understanding where the breaks are, and how to set up those entities to have breaks. So I save roughly 15% taxes each and every year simply on how I've set up my entities and how I structure them. And the fact that now I'm in Florida and I'm restructuring all of that and they're helping advise that, I'm going to save even more on tax. Who doesn't want to save more money on taxes, right? Who doesn't want to just not pay taxes? Well, these are the people that I'm surrounded by. These are the people that advise to me. And these are the same people that I'm bringing to this event to advise you. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're like, I'm ready to get started, Justin, this is great. You still need to think this way and surround yourself with people just like this. Because when you do get your first deal and you make your first 10, 20, 40, 60, $80,000, and if you aren't set up the way I'm talking about setting yourself up with your entities, then you're going to pay top dollar of taxes. You potentially could be paying 40 or 50% taxes if not set up the right way. Well, who wants to do that? Who wants to make a whole ton of money and then have the IRS rip it all away from them? Well, not me. I know, not you. But again, if you don't have someone like that on your side, on your team to help you structure these entities, then you might not make as much money as you actually wanted to make because the IRS is going to come. They're going to come and knock in and they're not going to stop, right? So I'm bringing him in to talk to you about how I utilize, his tax planning strategy and how that led to me building business credit and now how I can borrow money on my business. I just got approved on a massive 6 figure loan on my LLC because I built my business credit up. Again, based around his suggestion on how to structure my LLC and my business and what to do and how to report it. I mean, it's really going to be the most impactful event, I believe, that anyone should be taking advantage of if you're an entrepreneur, right? Meaning, this isn't just the tactical real estate stuff, which I'm so good at. I know I can deliver for you guys and I have for years, but I'm moving that aside. I'm putting that in the coaching department. If you want that from me, great. Let's talk about me coaching you. This is going to be really exposing you to my network, exposing you to how I think, how I move, why I make the decisions I make, how I structure the businesses I make, why I make the investments in life insurance that I make, why I leverage that into, by the way, why I leverage that into my retirement account, and then how I've taken my retirement account to buy more cryptocurrency out of my retirement account, which when I sell will be tax free. These are the moves you need to be thinking. And to get there, you need to surround yourself with people like this. Again, the website to get a $97 ticket to be there live, shake hands with these people, have breakout sessions with these people is $97, is wealthacceleratorevent.com. Wealthacceleratorevent.com. Go to that website, be there, because this is going to be like nothing else. Now, I am more than happy to coach you guys tactically on how to build a 7 figure a year real estate wholesaling and flipping business, but I'll also make sure to focus on how you actually take that model and develop a model that will help you create wealth at the same time. Most people are too short-sighted. Most people want everything right now. Most people are like, oh, I want to be Grant Cardone. Listen, I got it, right? I understand I want 4,000 doors. I do too. But listen, Grant's 62, 4, 5. He took the last 30 years to build it. So what are you in a rush for? Don't be. I'll help you. I'll get you guys there. And the start of that is going to be at this event. I mean, these individuals own their own private jets. That's who I'm talking about are going to be there. They own hundreds and hundreds of rentals. I mean, they have the ability to change your life, not just on the opportunity of how to find the best motivated seller list, right? I got you on that. I'm going to help you there. But this isn't, I'm exposing you to the inner workings of really becoming a true business owner, to becoming someone who's building wealth while making money. This is going to be, in my opinion, I think this is going to be one of the most impactful events. You know, Listen, if you guys don't know my story, I was broke, busted, and disgusted back in 2007. I literally lost my home to foreclosure. I was sleeping on my buddy's couch, and the repo man took my car from me. I had no car, no income, no house, but I knew I could make it as a real estate investor. I knew. I was connected with a guy named Anthony, who I actually just asked to speak to you guys about this, about the effects of all this. Should I go to BK? Should I, go bankrupt? And what's the way out of all this, right? And he said, no, dude, absolutely not. Don't do that. I'm going to help you build your credit back, and you're going to get back on your feet, and you're going to go crush it, and I'll help you structure that. Well, I'm having Anthony at this event. He's the one that built me back up from ground zero. He's the one that showed me that credit is really valuable, right? That you can actually build your credit back up personally so that you can get business credit. And if it wasn't for him, I would definitely be a real estate investor, but I don't think I would have gained the amount of traction I gained as fast as I gained without the knowledge that he showed me, that how this whole system works. BK most often is not the right answer, right? Building up your credit is really, really important. And the reason why I say that is because as I'm showing you all these opportunities to build wealth, there is plays that I make that I can make because I do have good credit. And I explain my background to let you guys know, like, this is almost 15 years in business. That's the version of Justin you are seeing. It wasn't always this version, right? In 2007, I was broke, busted, and disgusted. And many of the people you are going to hear from at the Wealth Accelerator event were a part of my life back then, right? Or very quickly became a part of my life. And all of us have those stories. All of us can tell you a story or two that is, heart wrenching or just, heartfelt of hard times. And this is why I want to put this event on for you, is because even if you're in that moment, in that season, then you immediately need to make a decision to be in that room. Because me and these people, these are my friends. They're here. I'm here to help you get out of that moment, because there is actually something at the light at the end of the tunnel. You may not see it, but that's because you're too short sighted right now. You can't see the forest through the trees type of scenario, right? Anthony was a huge impact. He showed me how to get out of that. He showed me not only how to do that, but how to leveraging my own personal credit and building that into business credit has now allowed me, like I said, I just literally got approved for a 6-figure plus loan, to the point where I don't even know if I would use it. I don't know if I really need it. But getting approved for that based around my business credit, and that all started with my personal credit, super powerful, right? Talk about options, right? Or opportunity. When I started this live right now, and I'm hoping you guys are feeling this, when I started this live, like, I talked about maximizing opportunity, putting yourself in a place to maximize opportunity. I talked about Taylor and how he has a rental portfolio, but he also focuses on other businesses he can bolt on to his current business. The example I give for me is being a part owner of a title company, right? Well, I'm already doing the real estate transaction. Why wouldn't I actually get a little piece of the title work that happens along the way? Pace, he has all these opportunities thrown at him, and he's building this incredible rental portfolio. But all these things, all this happens because you take one step at a time towards this goal of wealth accumulation. And all along that way is every opportunity that comes to you, you're either going to make money from it or you're going to create an opportunity to maximize it, right? And again, whether it's, buying rentals without any of your own money, I'm actively doing that right this second. I'm going to do another 20 this year alone. That's bare minimum. I'm going to buy another 20 this year alone without my own money. I can show you how to do that, right? I can show you how to bolt on businesses. I'm having these people here for that one very specific reason, that no matter where you are, I don't care if you're already crushing it. I would guess you're not doing it big enough for your own liking, right? Whether it's making enough money or building enough wealth. If you're making 7 figures a year, I'm guessing you're not buying as many rentals as you would like. Or maybe you're not getting into another business that you'd love to be a part of this business, but you don't know how to do that. And structuring the mergers and acquisitions, that's what Taylor's so brilliant at. Your IRA, if you guys don't have a retirement account, why would you not have one? Well, it's because you've been taught wrong that that's where your money goes to die. No, you go put your money in there so you can go leverage that money, lend that money, create more opportunities to make more money tax free. By the way, that is building wealth. That's when you have money when you no longer want to do anything. You understand me? So, super fired up about this. The announcement just came out, wealthaccelerator.com. Some of the heaviest hitters in the business are going to be there. Taylor Welch, Brett Tanner, Kent Clothier, Pace Morby, Jamil Damji, myself, Greg Herleen. The list goes, Nick Perry. The list goes on and on. Anthony Gallus, literally Chris Noggle, people that I literally get advice from. These are my friends who are going to love and give on you in a very similar manner because I asked them to, not because I'm paying them. Because I said, hey, I get a lot from all of you. I need my tribe to get a lot from all of you. And by the way, it's $97. It's a whole nother discussion. If you can't figure out how to buy a $97 ticket, then we're in the wrong spot. We need to think about reshaping your mindset. And it's the same mindset Anthony got me in with. You can do this. You can build this. Make it happen. Be resourceful. You need to build right now. So we're not just going to talk about, the right motivated seller list. We're going to talk about how you create those opportunities and then leverage that into building wealth. And I'm super, super excited about that. So wealthacceleratorevent.com, wealthacceleratorevent.com. I would love for each and every one of you to be there. There's 50 seats, 50. This is not a 500 person event. This is 50. Okay. I want you all there. I want you all to be a part of what I've been able to build over 14 years, almost 15. There's no reason you can't start ahead of the curve, get further faster, right? So with that said, guys, happy to be there. Happy to do this for you guys. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona, March 11th and 12th. Again, wealthacceleratorevent.com. And dude, the real estate market's going to boom this year. Don't miss out. Don't be scared. Don't stay on the sideline. Don't think that there's a crash coming. It will not come. It's supply and demand. I don't care if the interest rates go to 4%, because you know who doesn't care? I'm a buyer and I don't care. The hedge funds don't care. The iBuyers don't care. People buying $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 homes don't care, right? So you need to realize you got to get off the sideline. You got to get playing on the field. If you want more for your life, then you got to go get it, right? Incremental progress leads to big achievement. And that's what you guys got to be focusing on. That's the important part about 2022 for you guys. And that's why I'm having this Wealth Accelerator event. Wealthaccelerator.com, or I'm sorry, wealthacceleratorevent.com is $97. Do not miss this. There's 50 seats. Once they're gone, they're gone. Do not say, oh, I'll just see this on the next one, or this is just another real estate event. This is not that. You're going to learn seller finance deals. You're going to learn how wrap deals. You're going to learn self-directed IRA. You're going to learn borrowing money, lending money. You're going to learn life insurance and how to leverage that as being your own bank and never paying credit cards again. You're going to learn, the ability to scale a rental business with none of your own money, right? You're going to learn all these very tactical businesses. You're going to learn how to acquire businesses with none of your own money. We call them bolt-on businesses. All of this is going to be there. Don't be silly. Make sure you're there. It's all going to surround real estate. It's all there to give to you guys to level your game up. So I will see you guys there again, wealthacceleratorevent.com. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next live. Peace.